I ain't messy and I ain't never been one to gossip, but we do need to talk about what I saw, honey, what I observed with my own two eyes, what happened this week. It is quite a story. Ignore my blue tongue. I was eating a piece of candy, all right? But listen, okay? So listen. Get in here. So you read the title. She caught him with a man, okay? I'm going to tell you all about what happened, all right? Listen close. I'll keep it clean so that you can keep your babies around if you got your kids with you right now. But listen, okay? So I'm sitting at this place that I go to every now and again just to get things done. You know, like I just want to get out the house, someplace I can, take my laptop with me, do my own thing, right? Listen, okay? So I'm sitting there, and this was, when I first went there let me say this. When I first saw this couple, okay? And when he saw me too, let's go into it. But anyway, this was probably about 2 months ago, right? So I had been there a couple times. This one particular time, I see this couple there. They are a beautiful couple. They are the dream couple. They are bagels, if you know what I mean. That couple that everyone wants to be and wants to be like. They're beautiful. They're fit. They are young. You know what I mean? I would say in their mid-30s. You know what I mean? They look fabulous. You know what I mean? She's fit and slim. He's all that good stuff. Muscular, tall, all that kind of stuff, right? So anyway, let me just eat a piece of this gum. I know some of y'all don't like when I chew on camera. I don't care. I need some gum. So I see the couple. I go into some restaurant. I see them over there. And immediately when I noticed them, I noticed that he appeared to have an eye looking over at me. Now, I will tell you, I was wearing bright green Balenciagas like this. Let me show you. I was wearing some bright green Balenciagas, right? So maybe he was looking at that. You know what I mean? This tall glass of water. Well, I'm not that tall. I'm short. But, I look kind of tall with my platforms on. So maybe he was looking at that, okay? Maybe he was observing just the pure energy and glow that I give off when I come through the room. I don't know. What I do know is I caught him, kept on looking at me, all right? So I was like, whatever. I don't really care about that. I don't care when people give me extra attention in public. I don't really care. So anyway, she ignored me. I didn't pay her no mind. So anyway, fast forward, a couple of days later, I see them there again as I'm walking by, right? And this time, however, he makes a comment. I couldn't tell what the comment was, but whatever it was, his girl, I'm assuming his wife, because I saw a ring on her hand, he had a ring on his hand too, she nudges him and she's like, stop it, right? Telling him to stop it, right? And so I'm like, did you say something about me? You know what I mean? So I turned around and she said, stop it. He goes, and like snickers off to the side, like he talking to her about me. Honey, I've been talking about my whole life, okay? Don't let all this glitter and gold fool you, honey. I'm a financial services CEO, own one of America's largest black-owned financial services companies, okay? Google me, baby. MJ Harris, honey. I've been in many rooms that people did not feel like I should be in because of the color of my skin, because of my orientation, because of whatever it may be. It does not bother me when people got things to say about me, but that doesn't mean I don't notice it either. Thank you so much, Kathleen James, for sharing this video. All right? Don't ever let nobody discourage you in any way, shape, or form just because of what they got to say about you. So anyway, that didn't bother me none, but I did observe it, right? So long story short, I ignored him. He was on my radar at that moment as, I don't like this particular fella, right? But I don't know them from a can of paint. They just happen to come to the same place I go to. We must be living near each other. I don't know. So anyway, fast forward a little bit later, I go back to the restaurant around my same time of day. Who do I see there? I see him there by himself, right? But something's a little funny about him. He's not sitting in his normal seat. Listen to this. He's not sitting in his normal seat. Do you like my nails? I got little pearls on them. He's not sitting in his normal seat. He's sitting off in a corner in this little booth area that was kind of secluded off. I'm like, okay, why is it over there? His seat's normally available, right? Cute little beachfront kind of place. It's not that much of a fuss to get a seat. So I'm like, why is he not sitting over there? So anyway, I start to be very observant, all right? I'm like Inspector Gadget. If anything's off, I notice it. So I'm sitting there doing my own thing. Then thank you so much, Rosalind Packakey, for sharing this video. Please let me know y'all shared it, okay? So I look off to the side. Y'all gonna want to share this, honey, because this is a juicy story, okay? So listen, thank you, Chloe Decker, for sharing this video as well. And when you share it, let me know you shared it so I can call you out, all right? I love to do that. So anyway, I was kind of looking. I positioned my chair so I can kind of see what's going on over there. Why is he sitting by himself, right? Well, baby, he wasn't sitting by himself. As I quickly noticed, he had two glasses on the table, okay? One like little cocktail looking glass or something like that. I don't drink, but it was some kind of little drink like that. And the other one looked kind of like a wine glass, right? And so I said, oh, maybe his wife was with him. I don't know. Something about the drink just looked feminine to me. I don't know. It looked like one of those, like you know, just like I don't know, just a little soft to me. So anyway, I'm just kind of observing, doing my thing on my laptop. Listen, about to get juicy. So anyway, I'm doing that. The next thing I know, from the water area, right? Because we're right in the water. From the water comes this beautiful, beautiful guy. Let me tell you, okay? He looks stunning. Thank you so much, Carmen Morales, for sharing this video, okay? This other guy comes out of the water, right? He is slim, honey, like nice and slim, but muscles like six-pack and everything like that. A nice chest, nice arms and everything like that. Beautiful skin, beautiful hair. Had a softer kind of face, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? So anyway, he gets out of the water, he gets a towel, he goes over to the table, wrapped into a towel, grabs his glass, sort of like my glass here a little bit. I said it was spinning, honey. Grabs his glass, he sits down, but the way he sits down beside the other guy, he was sitting kind of close to him. This wasn't buddy-buddy. He just kind of sits down and plops down right beside him, kind of with his arm pressed up against him, and now they're looking at the menu together. And here's what I'm observing. I'm like, well, first of all, honey, where's your wife? All right. I'm just paying attention. I'm just peeking. You know what I mean? Where's your wife? First of all. Second of all, what I'm also paying attention to is this guy just got out the water soaking wet. You are not wet. I don't want anyone touching me if they're wet. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, y'all must be pretty close for you not to mind him coming and leaning all up against you and everything like that. But then there was something in the air. You know what I mean? Monique Smith, thank you for sharing this video. When you see two people and you know that they got a connection that goes beyond the platonic, you know what I mean by that? That's what this was. So I'm observing this, honey, and I'm just sitting over there off to the side, okay, drinking my little drink. I'm just looking, baby. I'm just looking. Whenever he look up, I look away. All right? So like, what is going on here, right? Again, I'm not one to gossip. I would never get nobody's business. I don't know these people at all, okay? This is just me, okay? I ain't got much going on, so I can afford to pay attention to what everybody else got going on. It is what it is, all right? I ain't nosy. So anyway, I go back to the place, and when I've gone back to the place, I saw his wife over and over and over. The woman who I assumed to see his wife. So I was like, well, maybe that guy was just somebody. I don't know. I would see him and his girl over and over again. And they would sit at their normal table. So I always kept it in the back of my mind that something seemed a little funny about that situation, okay? Baby girl. It came to a head this week. Let me tell you what happened, okay? So I come in. As I normally do, thank you so much, Regina Blackwell, for sharing this video, as well as Leslie Curry. Thank you for sharing this video. I come in, as I normally do. I put in the back of my mind whatever was happening that day. I said, maybe that's just his friend. Maybe they from another country where the culture allows the men to be, more close than what I'm used to. You see what I'm saying? Because different cultures got different things going on, right? So anyway, I observe him and his girl, right? I gotta pop this gum, honey, because I gotta get it together. They sitting over there, right? I walks by. I don't acknowledge her. I don't acknowledge him because remember I told you before when he said something funny about me, all right? I don't play that. So I just act like I ain't seen like I always have done. And then so anyway, I goes to sit down, right? Honey, I ain't never been nobody to love drama. I don't like drama. I don't like it in my life, but I'll watch it in their life. So I'm sitting there. Next thing I know, I hear a kerfluffle. Okay, I hear something going on. I hear what distinctly sounds like an argument. What do you mean? What is he doing here? Right? Listen. What is he doing here? She says that. I'm thinking, who is he? I turns around. Guess who's sitting at the bar? The other gentleman. The cute one. Sitting at the bar. He's sitting at the bar, okay? Girl, he's sitting there. But see, the thing about it is, he ain't really sitting there. He leaned up against the bar, okay? He mad as fire. Something mad, all right? It's like he's sitting up there, and he's standing there leaned up against the bar, looking like this, staring at the guy. staring at the guy like he waited on him to go over to talk to him. So you got to think about it. He got the woman who I assume to be his wife sitting at the table with him like, why is he here? Girl, why is he here? You implying that you knew about him, that you know something about him, that you know this man. We're going to get to that in a minute. Like, how you know who this man is, right? Because I'm all like, whoo. And then you got the other one leaning up against the bar. They trying to keep it classy. You know what I'm saying? What they wearing, how they look like they got a couple dollars in their pocket. They trying to keep it classy. But the other one leaning up against the bar, like Curtis, you better get over here. You better get over here and talk to me. He leaned up against the bar, and then and bruh man, the husband, just sitting there like no. He just stuttering. So clearly this is an interaction that he did not expect. Okay, he did not expect this today. He did not expect these two people to be in the same room. Thank you for sharing this video, Erica and Donnell. Okay. Girl, at this, I was trying to keep it cute, but I act like I wasn't looking at first. I was doing like this at first. Like this. The whole time. But then by this time, I'm like, well, shoot, y'all put y'all business in the street, so y'all can't push me out of this, okay? I'm invited into this, and it wasn't just me looking into this. All the staff was looking in there. I don't even know if they all speak English, but I know they was paying attention to what was going on, and so we all just sitting there watching, right? One of the girls sit at my table, and she said, the staff there who always helped me, she said, what's going on over there? I said, girl, I don't know. She said, ooh, it looks like a mess. I said, it looks like a mess to me too. Girl, I'm gonna get into it, all right? So listen, he then goes over to the guy, and I could hear him saying this. He's like, what are you doing here? The guy was like, what are you talking about? You've been avoiding me, blah, 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 blah. Apparently he'd been avoiding this call. He said, because we're not talking anymore. I'm done. He's saying all this. He's like, and the other guy's like, no, you've been ignoring my calls and blah, blah, blah. Honey, I'm like, what is going on here? Apparently there was a breakup, there was a kerfluffle, there was something that went wrong, right? And the other one was like, I'm not going to deal with this stuff, right? You can't just be breaking up with anybody and then they don't just show up. Some people pops up at your door. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, if you want to be messy, don't be bringing them to the spot you bring your girl to or that you bring your man to. If you're going to be messy, be clean about it. But I'm not encouraging that. But I'm just saying, he was messy for doing it. Anyway. So anyway, he's like, you haven't been calling me back. He's like, but I'm done. He's like, and he's trying to do it quietly because you got to imagine his wife, girl, whoever she is sort of back on the other side of the room so she can see what's going on. He's like, I'm done. All right, let's just talk about this later. And it's at this point, he's almost begging, please, let's just talk about this later. And he's like, no, we can talk about this right now. Honey. He had all the twerking in his neck and everything like that. We can talk about this now, okay? I say this much, okay? When you ain't nothing like getting a woman or a feminine man mad at you, honey. We don't shut up. No, we don't shut up. All right, no. We ain't trying to embarrass you, but we trying to get our point across, all right? So anyway, next thing I know, baby, it gets better. It gets so good, okay? She gets up, starts walking over. His back is to her. Because you remember, he got his back to his girl because he's trying to talk. He don't want her to read his mind. So now I see her walking up. The boyfriend, I'm just going to call him like it is. The boyfriend is standing there, and he sees her coming over. So he looks over at her like this, like, right? And she's coming over kind of bewildered. But she don't look stupid. She comes over like this. And so he notices the boyfriend looking behind him, obviously seeing somebody walk up, right? Honey, the whole restaurant's looking at this point. There was no privacy, right? So listen, thank you so much for sharing this video, darling. All right, and Stacey again. So anyway, so he then turns around. He's like, hey, babe, no, I'll be back at the table with you. Tries to shoo her away. I'll be back at the table with you, right? And she says, no. She's like, I'm sorry. My name is whatever her name was. Let's say her name was, I'm going to give her name Jane. My name is Jane. Do I know you from somewhere? She went right there. And I'm thinking, well, because she said, what is he doing here? So clearly she knew him from somewhere. So now I'm listening. Do I know you from somewhere? She then says, and he's like, yes, you do. Right? And she's like, I thought so. And she said, you guys, I've seen you all work out together. This is your gym buddy or something like that. They do some kind of gym workout. I don't know what type of workout. They do some kind of workout class together. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm the instructor. Yeah, you both have come to the class before. And so, but he comes more often. Girl, he was the fitness instructor. So she's like, oh, okay. And she's like, well, I'm kind of noticing that you all kind of are, is everything okay over here? It seems like there's a little bit of discomfort. right? I got to give her an Oscar. I got to give her a medal. She's holding it together. Okay? Because that wouldn't have been me, honey. I would have turned that restaurant out. You know what? Angela Bassett on Waiting to Exhale, what she did to his closet, baby, that would have been me in that restaurant. Okay? You're not going to play with me. Not today. All right? I'm just saying. I'm not encouraged. I'm joking, but it's still, right? So anyway, listen, right? So she says, she's like, is everything okay over here? And then let's say the boyfriend, let's call the boyfriend Keith. Keith says, I don't know, John. Is it okay? John, is it okay? Right? Say it just like that. So now he's looking at John. Is it okay? Jane is looking at John. Like, is it okay? They both looking at him. And he's like, can we just deal with this somewhere else? I just would like to deal with this somewhere else. And she's like, And then listen to what she says. Listen to what she says. She says, excuse me, can you do me a favor? She says it's to Keith, to the feminine fitness instructor. All right, that's what we call him, the feminine fitness instructor. I say it in the most love possible. Obviously, I'm a feminine. I don't care. So anyway, so she says, can you do me a favor, sweetheart? And he says, anything, right? Because they're not against each other. She then says, would you mind dialing his number right now? Right? And he's like, okay. So he pulls out his phone. He says, call him on his cell phone right now. I'm thinking, what is going on here, right? What is going on? By this point, I'm invested, honey. My food is cold. I could care less that they know I'm paying attention. And so she says, call him on his cell phone right now, right? So Keith calls John's cell phone right then and there. The phone starts to buzz. She says, baby, answer. He's like, my phone's not on me. It's at the table. So she rushes back over there, grabs the phone, and comes back, points the phone up, right? Guess what pops up on the phone? Guess what pops up on the phone? His sister's name. How do we know this? Because as the phone's dialing and it's ringing, she sees his sister's name. She's like, why is he calling you but your sister's name? Your sister's name is popping up on the phone. Girl, my stomach dropped. Right? Because I was like, ooh, that's some slick stuff. She knew what to do. Because I was like, that's some slick stuff, right? So anyway, yes, baby. Yes, Tracy Richardson. That's what happened. So anyway, so she says, why is your sister's name? He's like, huh? It must be a glitch with my phone, or maybe my sister's calling right now. So she answers it. Hello? You could hear it coming through on the other side, her echo coming through. Hello? An error, you say? And he's like, can we please deal with this elsewhere, right? So she just gets right to it. Jane ain't got time for no games, baby. And by the size of that ring, honey, she know alimony's on the way, all right? So she looks at Keith, the fitness instructor, and I'm just making up names because I don't know these people's names, all right? And so she looks at Keith, the fitness instructor, and says very directly, and I got to respect her for this. She says, can I ask you a question, please? And he says, sure. And then she says, how long have you been my husband? He said, excuse me? How long have you been my husband? I told you, I have to keep some things out of this. You fill in the blanks. Right? He said, do you want an honest answer? John is like, can we please take this elsewhere? Now John's yelling. All right? No, we're not going to have this conversation right now. He's getting infuriated. Right? And then so she says, yes, I expect an honest answer. He is my husband. Okay? He says, for the past, listen to this, for the past 3 months. Girl, when I fell out, I could have died in that restaurant. They could have heard my gas. I said, right? All of us did. It was a collective gasp, right? And she looked over like this. At this point, she looked over at us like, can you believe this? She looked over. I said, I was just floored. I was flabbergasted. I felt horrible for her. But here's what she did. She handled it real classy, right? She said to him, she says, John, could you do me a favor, please? He's like, can we please just talk about this, babe? Can we leave? She says, no. I want you to leave. Okay? What I need you to do is I need you to go back to our villa. That's what they call like when you have like an Airbnb or rental situation here. I need you to go back to our villa. I want you to pack your things and I want you to go somewhere else. I don't care where you go. You just don't need to be there when I get back. If you are there when I get back, it will be a lot worse for you. She said in that way, they only listen. He was like, but she says, leave. She just yells at that point. She had been so calm and she says, leave. Thank you so much for sharing this video, Deb. And so he scurries out, right? She then looks at him. Let's call him Keith. Now, Keith is standing there, and he's a little bit frozen, right? And she asked him, she says, were you aware? Were you aware? I was waiting on this question to happen. She says, were you aware that this was my man, my partner? I think it's my partner, how she referred to him. Were you aware that this was my partner? He looks down. He says, I was aware. Right? I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, oh my God, this is horrible. And then so she says to him, listen. She says to him, she's like, well, if you were aware that he was mine, then why were you trying to make him yours? And he says, I was never trying to make him mine. Listen to this. She said, what he told me was he told me that you all had broken up before you had come to here, before they came to the island. Listen, he said that you all had broken up beforehand and that you all had come on this trip as a way to rekindle it and that you all are basically roommates and that you all don't even sleep in the same bed. He said, so although I was aware that you all were together, the version of the story that he told me was one that led me to believe that the relationship was over and that this was a last-ditch effort. So although it may have been inappropriate, perhaps, I didn't think that I was breaking up a relationship that was already together. And she says, part of that story is true. We have been having issues. Yes, we did come here because we said, let's work from here for a couple weeks so that we can see if we can work through things in a different environment. But we do not sleep in different beds. I'm not going to say what she said, but they don't sleep in different beds. Let's just leave it at that, okay? Listen. I'm going to give y'all a quick lesson, all right? And I got to go. She said, if you could do me this one favor. And he said, what? She said, the next time you choose to reach out to him, could you at least wait a day or two? I would like to handle some things with him beforehand. Whatever you want to do with him after that, he's all yours. She left it at that. She walks out. He then goes and sits by the pool. He is completely embarrassed because we've seen this whole thing, all right? Let me give you a quick lesson, okay? Because this is a big red flag that y'all seem to miss every time. And these men cheat on y'all right and left, and women do the same thing with y'all right and left, and y'all miss this red flag, okay? They are not broken up until they are living in separate houses. I don't care if they tell you they sleep in separate beds or they still just together for the kids, okay? They are still together, okay? You are setting yourself up to be the other man or the other woman if you are ignoring the fact that they are not available. They are emotionally and physically unavailable to you until they have moved out from the house that they are with and they are no longer trying to work on that relationship anymore, okay? Listen to me when I tell you this. You deserve to have the man or the woman that you want, but you should not be sitting up here as some consolation prize because they will break your heart and they're going to break their spouse's heart too, all right? So listen to me when I tell you this. I know this is a very splashy story, but I'm going to tell you this right now. The lesson in this right here, right now, is do not deal with nobody unless they are fully broken up. On the flip side, if you in a relationship with somebody, y'all already going through issues, baby, you know what it is, okay? All this separation, let's work through it stuff, honey. Y'all better than me. If it's done, it's done. Stop trying to breathe life into dead situations, all right? Their relationship was already dead, all right? So nonetheless, honey, to John and Jane, God bless you on your journey. To Keith, stop dealing with married men. Bye.